All right, Arthur, we're going to go to college football now. Big Ten Media Days are currently underway, and there are plenty of questions and high expectations entering this year. Starting with Ohio State, the defending national champs will need to replace one-and-done QB Will Howard under center. Head coach Ryan Day said that the Buckeyes didn't add a transfer portal quarterback because they want to develop their three talented QBs on campus. As for Penn State, the Nittany Lions are coming off a 13-win season and their first appearance in the college football playoff. They'll continue with quarterback Drew Aller, who's gone 23-6 as a starter over the last two seasons. But we can't forget that Oregon is the reigning Big Ten champion and fresh off a 13-1 season. Expectations remain high, with odds makers currently having the Ducks with the fifth shortest odds to win the title. And after 3 consecutive seasons of reaching the college football playoff, Michigan took a huge step back, going 8-5. The Wolverines have brought in 5-star QB Bryce Underwood, the #1 overall recruit, to rejuvenate their passing game. Now joining us from Vegas is our college football reporter, Heather Dinich. Heather, we've heard from 12 teams so far. What's been your biggest takeaway at Big Ten Media Days?
My biggest takeaway so far here was how large Jeremiah Smith is as a receiver. Do not let that 19-year-old baby face fool you, because that young man looks like he should be in the NFL yesterday. His 1,315 yards, 15 touchdowns last year, he's going to improve upon that. Ryan Day said that Jeremiah Smith is bigger, stronger, faster. He's very quiet. He seems a little shy, completely opposite from what you're going to get on the football field. And when they open up against Texas, he is going to be the best player on the field.
Heather, those pictures were ridiculous. Jeremiah Smith is yoked right now. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch him this year. Now let's switch gears to Penn State. They're coming off a 13-win season and a playoff appearance. What are the expectations going into year 12 of the James Franklin era?
The expectations are to win the Big Ten and compete for the national title. I have them as my preseason #1 because when you look at Penn State on paper, they are loaded and they have more answers than questions, which is not something you can say right now for Ohio State, for Oregon, for Texas, for Georgia's quarterback. When you look at Penn State, Drew Aller is going to do a better job passing the ball downfield. He has better receivers that he's going to be able to work with. They might have the best coordinator combo in the country on offense with Andy Kotelnicki, defense with Jim Knowles, who they plucked from Ohio State. Their backfield is tremendous. This is a team that has all of the pieces in place and a schedule to contend for the national title. They got Oregon at home. They don't play Michigan, but they've got to go to Columbus. You always got to get those Buckeyes.
Yeah, and it always helps when you have a lot of returning production. The Nittany Lions returned 76% of their offensive production. Heather, thank you. Back to college football. ACC Media Days continue down in Charlotte today after a busy offseason across the conference. Clemson enters this year as a favorite to repeat as conference champs for both ESPN Bet Sportsbook and ESPN Analytics as they return an FBS leading 85% of the offense, including QB Cade Klubnik. Then there's Chapel Bill. That's just about all that needs to be said about North Carolina this offseason. The Tar Heels' expectations are high, with Belichick going 6-7 last year and 3-5 in conference play. Although forgetting last season will be important for Florida State after going 2-10, their fewest on-field wins in the season since 1974. Mike Norvell taps former BC QB Tommy Castellanos to right the ship. Coming to us from Charlotte is our ACC Network football analyst, Eric Mac Lain. And Eric, let's start with the most disappointing team in the ACC, Florida State. They finished last in the conference when they were coming off an undefeated season in which they won the ACC championship. So what should we expect from them this year?
Yeah, Scoob, all that's well in the past, as Coach Norvell made readily available and very clear in his press conference here today. And it's a whole new team, literally. You've got new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, a bunch of new players. But most importantly, they've got Tommy Castellanos at the quarterback position, a bad dude that has great intentions for this Florida State team. He is extremely confident, has a great arm, an absolute motor with his legs, and can do a lot of things to hurt a great team, especially certainly a team like Alabama. I fully expect him to be mobile, getting after it. And Gus Malzahn, the offensive coordinator, has a great history, not only with him on the recruiting trail and things that they did at UCF, but also with a quarterback of this caliber and the mobility with his legs. So look for Florida State to be a completely different team this season.
Yeah, I'm sure Seminoles fans love to hear that after having the year go the way they did not expect last year. Now let's switch gears to your alma mater, which returns the most production in the entire country. It is ridiculous how much production Clemson has, and they have a Heisman candidate in Cade Klubnik. So is Clemson the country's best team?
Yeah, they certainly have a shot to be that, Scoob. And I think when you look at these guys, it's important to also remember this is a playoff team. It's not like the most production on a 6-6 team. This is a very good Clemson Tiger team. They have the best quarterback in the country in Cade Klubnik. They have the best defensive end and best defensive tackle. You look at this wide receiver room, going to be explosive as all get out and really productive through the air. The Clemson Tigers are back, and these guys are going to make a lot of noise. They have that opportunity week 1 against LSU in the Valley. Cannot wait to see that game. The ACC huddle will be there live in person to see these guys. But I think you can't underestimate the impact that Coach Tom Allen, the new defensive coordinator, is also going to have for these Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, and Clemson has been one of the few teams in the country not to go all in on the transfer portal. And they really like to go in on developing their players. Eric, we appreciate your time, man. Thank you.